Okay, so this little short workshop, maybe 20 minutes. I'll probably break it up into a couple videos. So, pencil and pen in hand. Pause if you don't have one. Go get yourself a pen and a paper. So, I'm just going to give you a ton of worksheet options. You can pause it, you can look through it, do the work or not do the work. You can come back to it. It's up to you, but there's a lot in a little short amount of time. Okay, so you can take some breaths. Okay, one is this idea of chaos and order. You've already done this with me, skip that one. Otherwise, get yourself on your piece of paper, you're gonna split the list. Split the paper in two with a line. On one side you write chaos, on the other side you write order. This is just a great way to dump out what's going on, what's working, what's not working. Chaos on one side, order on the other side. And then if you're interested and ready to do that, pause this. Give yourself 5 minutes if you want. You could also take 2 hours, or you could take weeks, days, and have an ongoing list. An example of what would be on the list for me right now, my house is, it's not quite chaos, but all my files are on the floor in the living room. Yeah, it's kind of ordered. What's order about my chaos with my files all over the place is there's a big box full of stuff that needs to be sorted. There's a basket full of stuff that is labeled and set for stuff that really isn't going to be that important for about 6 to 10 weeks. And then there's another basket of stuff that I have no idea. And then I have a stack of books that are ordered, of workbooks for each of my clients that are tagged so that nobody knows who. The identification tags are their anchor statements, but their information is locked in the file cabinet in a stack. So there's that. Pause if you want to go ahead and make your chaos and order list. It can revolve around relationships, house, family, body, anything, beliefs. Okay. Next, I want to look at this idea of gap and gain. Okay, so if you're climbing, let's say you're climbing a mountain. Let's say you're climbing 2 mountains. Okay, there's 2 mountains like this. Okay, there's a big valley in between. So the gap is where you still need to go. So let's say you made it over the first mountain, you're at the top. But you still got to go all the way down and all the way up to the next one. You started over here, you didn't even make it up that first mountain. That was your start, no mountain. You made it to the first mountain, and now you got to go to the second mountain. And there's a big up, big down, and then all the way back up again. Standing on the top of that first mountain and looking over to where you got to go in the second mountain, that's your gap. That's the gap from where you are and where you're going. That's your gap. Like the gap between one mountain and another mountain. And then you've got where you started and where you're at. So you started at the bottom of that first mountain, and you haven't made it to the top yet. Or you have made it to the top. Start is the start. Making it to the top to the first mountain, that's your gain. You need to be able to look back at your gain. You need to set your focus on your gain. You need to constantly remind yourself of your gain. This is habit science. This is productivity science. This is positivity science. This is the power of the positive that many of us know already exists, but there's more and more research on attaining your goals, achieving your dreams. You really want to focus on the gains that you've made versus the gap between where you are and where you're going. You want to know where you're going, obviously. You do want to have your eyes on the prize, but you don't want to get stuck in bumming out about the gap of what's left to go. Kind of basic common sense, but I just wanted to share that language at this idea of the gap and the gain. And that little chaos and order exercise allows you to do that. You can see that there's always going to be chaos. There's always going to be stuff that you need to work out or not work out. But there's always going to be stuff. And then, yeah. Okay. And then, okay, so I'm going to piggyback on that again. But first I want you to take some time, if you'd like, to make a list of your gains. And make draw a picture or set that phrase or use your 3 SMART goals, though that language, those words. That'll be your vision. That'll be your second mountain, right? So write those down and then write your gains. So an easy way to do this would be to, on a piece of paper, on one side, you write gains, and you list all the gains that you've made from your start towards your vision. So on the other side of the paper, you've got vision / second big mountain. And then under there, you put your SMART goals or a phrase or that clearly identifies what you're working towards. Your what? What are you doing here? What is that second mountain for you? And then to write down what are the gains. Go ahead and pause, because I'm going to throw one more thing at you, hopefully before we're at the 12-minute mark. Okay. So, actually I'm going to throw more than, okay, so this next one, on your paper, we can do this one together. You can draw as I explain. So you want to draw a triangle, okay? At the top of your triangle, you're going to write beliefs. And the other 2 corners, either one, doesn't really matter. You're going to write results in one corner, opportunities in the other corner. This triad, beliefs, opportunities, results, are I don't know. They're really important. They're crucial. They're stuck together. And this is why the idea of the focusing on the gain is so important. When you focus on your results, your gains, it helps you to have self-efficacy, helps you to feel good. You don't get stuck in that negative default mode pattern, which we can do when we're stressed or scared or fight or flight. The human biologically goes to protect mode. So we want to move to this belief, opportunities, results, focusing on the green pastures, focusing on the good things you've done, and that will feed more. So if you believe you are I'm going to pause this. It's getting too long. Maybe just write down your some of you. We don't need to get so far into it, but if you want to, just write a few of the opportunities you see, some results that you've had, and some beliefs that you had.